Across the 4D bridge to the 5D world. Consciousness is the password to enter the world of the fifth dimension. You possess this key the moment your consciousness tells you, do. Or, fail. At that moment, you will be alone. No one will judge you or reward you. But you will feel it when it actually happens. It is the end of an epoch. And the beginning of a new era. Everything looks very normal. Your neighbors are still living in their unaffordable big houses, driving the kids to and from school in brand new luxury cars, leaving no one thinking about an impending economic catastrophe. The truth is that most of these houses and cars are largely financed with debt money, and that collapses the moment the economy hits the wall. All the figures are absolutely alarming, indicating that the global economy is well on track for global financial Armageddon. People are impatient and their memory is pitifully short. Very few are able to apply a long-term view about what is going on. Everyone has become accustomed to living in the now and not focusing on what is coming their way. For many, it feels like nothing changes. Corrupt orphans are still in charge and controlling events worldwide, but it seems so, because not everything is seen, what is going on. But, to defeat our oppressors, it is essential to know their organizational structure and tactics employed. Previous FWC articles outlined their structure and applied modus operandi. Without this knowledge, it is a losing battle, and the dark forces knows it. The previous article outlined their structure, given the reactions still understood by few. If enough awake readers understand and apply these two unique articles, the oppressors will lose out. And we will have freed ourselves from centuries of subjugation. Fortunately, new awakeners join us every day because they have had enough of the New World Order dictating how we should live our lives. Planet Earth is now completely sealed off by our alien brothers and sisters, with their great armada of, for now, invisible spaceships. No creature can escape the Earth sphere without permission. Those who wanted to flee to Mars were sent back. All bases on the Moon and Mars are in the hands of the Galactic Federation and rendered inaccessible to deep state dark forces elites. Soon, comes our liberation from debt bondage, which has been long and widely prepared behind the scenes. Trust the plan. Q keeps saying, we have all the information. Our alliance has the luxury of waiting for the perfect moment of breakthrough to deliver the death blow to the deep state. No wonder the deep state is completely panicking. The world is on the threshold of permanent peace. This is an achievement of super high caliber, organized by the Patriots with the help of our extraterrestrial brothers and sisters. Will this extraordinary news make fat headlines in the mainstream media? You bet it won't. The deep state still controls the MSM and they are desperate to prevent the people from learning of the end of their regime, or machines and central banks, which will be disbanded. It is now or never, so act accordingly. Blessings. We are Thymus. We are the collective of ascended masters. This is a beautiful time to be alive there on planet Earth because of how much you have yet to discover about yourselves, about your world and about your history. Humanity is about to have its socks blown off. You can imagine how much more there is to uncover in regards to the human Earth experience because you know that recorded history only goes back so far. You know that there has been so much that you have discovered already about yourselves in the past 50 years and that the abilities that people are now displaying in larger and larger numbers are just the tip of the iceberg. You are growing exponentially, and sometimes there are these growing pains that you experience individually and collectively, but as you approach life with the attitude that things are always going to get better because they must, then they will in your experience get better. If you approach life with the belief that things must get worse globally before they can get better, then that will be your experience. You have options in terms of what you focus on and in terms of what you are going to experience in the future, and that is why your attitude, your perspective, your way of framing things is so important. You do not have to worry that what you are going to discover about yourselves, your planet and your history will be all bad. You do not have to think in terms of becoming aware of all of the cover-ups and all of the conspiracies. Instead, when we make a statement like that to you, you can assume that we are speaking of your connection to galactic beings and to the abilities that you have within you. If you can remember always the fundamental truth that you are a source energy being, then that can make the way you receive any piece of information so much different in your experience. You can always assume that what we are telling you is something positive because you have yet to realize your godhood in the physical, and everything is going to be pointing you in that direction as you move forward. So how could there ever be bad news? You are there to uncover the good in you, in others, in your planet, and throughout the galaxy. You are there to do that by shining your light and seeing the light in others, even when they are not showing it. If you want to take a step forward in your mastery, move through your day with the promise to yourself that you will see everything through the eyes of Source, that you will be the source energy that is needed in every situation you are in. If you want to see and experience more love in the world, then be that love and turn up the volume in those places where you know that the volume has been turned down by others. It is important how you respond to anything and everything that comes your way. It is as important as what you create. Remember that, and you will hold the keys to happiness and the keys to everything that this beautiful universe of ours has to offer. Forget it, and you just get to have the wonderful experience of remembering again. So don't ever be hard on yourselves, and remember that every moment is that opportunity that you have been looking for, that opportunity to know yourselves more as a source energy being. That is all for now. We are 𝐇𝐮𝐠. We are the collective of ascended masters, and we are always amongst you. Children, this is your Mother Mary. I embrace you now with the sweetest, most fragrant of pink roses. Inhale, breathe deeply the aroma of peace. You are the peace bringers in your world as it approaches yet more chaos and turmoil. You are the way showers of love, of peace, of new beginnings. Your vibrational codices are ripe and ready for sharing, which brings me tremendous joy and pride knowing how far you have come. You should be proud of yourselves as well. There is no sin in pride, children. There is no sin, only lack of understanding of the love of God. God is love. There can be no other way, and as fractals, you are made of love, you are love as well. And yet in density it is easy to lose sight of this fact that you are light embodied, but that is truly what you are. I see many of you have already done your healing, and yet there is more expansion into that healing that must take place. As scars heal, there is a stretching as the limb continues to move, and there will be further expansion of healing long after the injury was superficially healed. There are internal worlds to wounds that one must face with keen alacrity and clear vision. Send the wounds love and they will transmute into light. There is much wounding on your world, and so you must look for the healed places and expand them. You must send your light energy to the crevices, the scars, the gashes, send light and love there, and Gaia will most definitely feel it. It is important to do the grid work and the wound work. They are inextricably intertwined. You will eventually live in a realm where the grid lines are all humming nicely, but for now you must hum nicely within your own vibratory field to help mend the tears in the space fabric around Gaia and her grids, and in so doing you are the living healed tissue that bridge the gap and induce the healing, just like a skin graft. I, Mother Mary, am like a mother to you, and yet I am one of you, truly. I see you, I love you. I am you. I am the mother embodied, as are you, or the father embodied, as are you. There is much learning to yet unpack for the others. You may not understand your learned lessons yet, and yet that is all right. You do not need to understand every word in the story in order to be a part of it. You are a part of this story, the beautiful grand story. And the pieces are falling into place, into line. All things good are coming. Creator has decreed it and so it shall be. I Mother Mary see you with my eyes of love, of peace, of understanding. The world as you know it is about to be changed forever and there will be no going back to your old selves, and this is how it should be. This is why you are here, to see the change, to bring the change, to manifest the change and to embody the change. Ascension of an entire world while within the body has never been done before. There are many bodies who will not be strong enough and there are many who will feel their spirits have been broken, but that is perhaps because of missed opportunities for their own learning. We see what we are ready to see. For those who are not ready they will have some catching up to do. In this way it is a blessing for those of you who have decided long before this incarnation to awaken earlier. Yes, it has had its drawbacks too as you feel in the world and not of it. Yet you have had your dark nights, weeks, months, of the soul, have you not? And you are stronger now, ready for when the winds will blow the hardest. There is much that will be revealed, and we know that you are weary of hearing such things, but you can see this is indeed happening now, can you not? Otherworldly involvement in your world is coming to light. And there will be much more to come. I recommend that you become like the pyramids. This one has been enjoying working with the pyramidal energies. The 0-point spaces are such a powerful point of creation. The pyramids are all over your realm, strategically placed, just as you, darlings, have been strategically placed. You are the pyramids in form. It is a blessing to be able to harness their energies for healing of yourselves and of your world. I recommend it. Much alchemy is going on within your human carbon bodies that are becoming crystalline more and more every moment, every day. The steadiness of the pyramidal hum will assist you. Augment your work with Gaia. Harness the grid, join it with Source. You are only the ones who can do such things as you are the Source in form. One must be in human vessels to embody the human change. The human ascension is DNA-lined, matched. It must be this way. This is why you volunteered, to live in such a vessel in such a time. The frequencies are so high now, we are literally within your arm's reach. We are all around you, this beautiful co-creation of love, of healing. Remember your healing is your own. Remember your own path is your own. There is to be no judgment for those who are on their own path. How could you possibly understand or be privy to their soul contracts or agreements? They will awaken when they awaken or they will not, and will continue on their own journey in another form. It is best this way to not be too attached to another's path. Remember we are your family as well. We are all around you. Your galactic worlds watch closely. Many of you are royalty of the ancients from other systems here in this now moment to assist, and so your kingdoms are watching you with tenderness and awe. They will never know your own journey, your many twists and turns, and so you hope, do you not, they will not judge you? And they would not because they are of the higher vibrational worlds, and realms where there is no judgment. And so do not judge yourselves or one another. Do not be harsh on yourselves. Every moment you are being made new. Every moment you are learning or changing or growing. Such is ascension, the never-ending spiral up to source light, from whence we all came. I Mother Mary send you my endless love. As the winds howl and spin around you, be solid like your pyramid friends. Immobile, filled with strength and space. Solid and filling yourselves with joy. Joy and light is the recipe for forgiveness and for the new world to form. It is forming, but this one must dissolve first. And that is why, much like the pyramids, who hold key lines and vortices, that is what you will be doing and are doing. You are the grid for Gaia where her grid is weak. That is why you are placed where you are. And it is good. I love you endlessly. I am your Mother Mary.